Now let's move on to the next set of questions. Here, what you have to do is you have to put a number in each box to make the equation true. So the first example, the first question that we have is 6 times, and then we have a group of numbers that are added together. So 5 plus some number is equal to 6 times 5 plus 6 times 7. Now this looks like the distributive property. Okay? So what was distributive property? It was if you have a number and if you multiply it with a group of numbers that are added together, then it will be equal to the number that was multiplied times the first number, a times b, plus then you have a times c. Okay? So if you rewrite this as this, what will you get? So here you have 6 times 5 plus some number is equals to 6 times 5 plus 6 times 7. So here you have 6 times 5. This is 6 times 5. And then we have 6 times some number. And here you have 6 times the other number. So 7 will be written here. Okay? So the second number is 7. So this is the number 7. Alright? So what you do is you just compare the general form of the distributive property to the given equation and then you find the actual number. Okay? Now let's move on to the second question. You have a number 10 which is multiplied by the sum of 4 and 5. This will be equal to 10 times 4, okay? And then 10 times some number. First, we can write the general form of the distributive property. So the distributive property is a times b plus c is equals to a times b. Okay, you first multiply these two numbers, then add. Why? Because you have a plus sign in between, so you will add the numbers. And then you will multiply a and c. So we have a and c. When we compare these two equations, what we get? Here we write 10. The number 4 here will be b, and then plus 5 is equals to 10 times 4 plus 10 times, and then we have 5. Okay, so here we will write 5. Okay, all you have to do is you have to compare these two equations, the given equation and the general form of the distributive property, and then you will get your result. Now let's move on to the third question. If you look at this question, 11 times 12 plus 6 times 12, you have a common number that is 12 that is being multiplied with both 11 and 6. And then this is equal to 11 plus 6 times some number. This again looks like the distributive property. So let's write the general form of distributive property. The distributive property can be written as a times b plus c is equals to a times b plus a times c. So if you compare these two equations, what will you get? A is the common number. A is the number that is being multiplied with both the numbers, right? A is being multiplied with the numbers that are being added together. So which number from this part of the equation is being multiplied by both the numbers? The common number is 12. This is 12 here and this is 12 here. Okay, so A will be 12. Okay, and then you multiply it with 11 and 6 11 plus 6 should be equal to 12 times 11 plus 12 times 6. What you did is you used the general form of the distributive property and the first part of the equation to finally find the result. What will you write in this box here? You will write the number 12. Okay? Why? Because 12 is being multiplied with both 11 and then 6. Okay? So we will write 12 here. Now let's do one more example. The fourth question is, find the missing number such that when you multiply 2 times some number minus 5 should be equal to 2 times 6 minus 2 times 5. This looks like a distributive property. We will write the general form of the distributive property, but here we will use the subtraction sign. A times B minus C is equals to A times B minus A times C. Let's compare this with this. Okay? So A is 2, B is some number here, and C can be equal to 5. Then A is 2. Here A is also 2, right? So A here is 2. You already found the value of A. Then we have C. So C is 5 here and C is 5 here. Okay? You have C as 5 and then you have C as 5. Then we are left with B. Here B is some number that we need to find, and here B is 6. B is 6 here. What will be the final value that you will write here? You will write 6 here. Okay? 6. When you multiply 2 times the difference of 6 and 5, then it will be equal to 2 times 6 minus 2 times 5. Now let's move on to the fifth question. This is the distributive property using subtraction. So write the general form of the distributive property first. It will be A times B minus C is equals to A times B minus A times C. Since we have a subtraction sign here and a subtraction sign here, that's why we know that we will use distributive property with the subtraction sign. Let's compare this equation with this equation. In order to compare these two equations, we need to write the general form in such a way that this portion matches this portion. Okay? So we can rewrite this equation as 10 times 13 minus 9 times 13 is equals to 10 minus 9 times a blank. Okay? And then we can write the general form of the distributive property. This will be A times B minus A times C is equals to B minus C times A. Alright, let's compare. A is the number that should be the same in both the groups. This one also and this one also. So from this side, which number is being multiplied in both groups? The number that is being multiplied in both groups is number 13. Okay? So A should be 13. So A is 13 and A is 13. Then find B. What is the number B? The number B here is 10. Okay? What's the number C? Number C is 9. How did you find it? You're basically comparing this with this. Now compare the other side of the equation, that is this side. So what you will do is you have B first here. So B is 10. You can see that B was 10 here and B is 10 here. Okay? Then we have C. This is the number C. C is 9. C was also 9 here. Alright? And then we have number A. we need to find what is number A. So this is A and this is also A. So A is 13. The final answer is 13 here. Now let's move on to the 6th question. This is the distributive property. We will write the general form, that is A times B minus C is equals to A times B minus A times C. Let's start to compare the equations. A is the number that is being multiplied by the entire bracket. Here 9 is being multiplied by the entire bracket. A is 9. Then we'll multiply, and B is 6 minus C will be 5. Okay? Then it will be equal to, let's just complete this equation by following the distributive property. So then we will have 9 times 6. So we will write 9 times 6 minus, then we have 9 times 5. So here we will write 9 times 5. Using this, we will complete this side of the equation. Okay? So here we have 9 times 6 and here we have some number times 9. So we have 9 here, we have 9 here. What's the number that is missing? This is the number that is missing. Okay? So this will be 6. And then on this side we have 5 times some number. So we have 5 times some blank. And here we have 5 times 9. So we will write 9 here. Okay? This concludes the practice session for laws of addition. Thank you so much for watching.